millions of people come through the Bangkok night every year. Over 20 years, there's 50, 60 million people who come through the Bangkok night. If you look at how the lighting works here, it's really a powerful ambiance mood creator. And it's put a lot of money into the sound system, a lot into the costumes. They're very careful about who's working here. But the lighting is the big part of Bangkok's success. And if you look at all of his bars, he's very clever. His concept and use of lighting is very clever. And he's not the only guy. I mean, other bars, like T-Like Bar, which is also a successful bar, not like Baccarat, quite different than Baccarat. But it has, if you go in there and count the lighting sources, you can get up to 3,000 or 4,000 individual lighting sources in T-Like Bar. Some of which are actually shifting and changing, some of which are being reflected off disco balls and mirror surfaces. So at the end, it's almost like tens of thousands of lighting hits going on in that bar. The high-so crowd does not like my paintings because it's presenting
the subjects do.
It's presenting a real layer of Thailand, which they prefer
not to see, or not to know that it exists.
Well, they prefer to pretend it's not there, even though they may have an economic interest in it, and they certainly prefer that it not be shown to foreigners in other countries because they want to pretend it's all a big secret that no one really knows, which is actually an illusion on their part, because everybody knows. Sound ambience from Nana, and it's different than Walking Street. So the different sound ambiences in the Bangkok night are actually signatures for where you are. Something about the French imagination and nightlife which is very compatible. They look at nightlife in a different way than some Scottish expats. Just, wants to order beer, have some people working, have places to sit, and that's it. And they're looking at nightlife as show business somehow.
Do you find, I've asked you this before, and it's a good question, I think, do you find your subjects, or do they find you?
It's funny, sometimes I just make it up. And then, like I have a painting of a guy with orange and blue hair, he's like a total freak. And I thought, wow, this is so extreme, I just made it up. And then I walked into a low-end bar in
There he was.
there was the guy in the corner with the orange and blue hair. Look how much medical of that. Or sometimes I'll make something up, like some of the crack bar portraits. And I used to have a bar manager at a bar in Bangkok. She's been there 20 years. I've seen hundreds of thousands of expats coming up. And I'll take them in and show them to her. And she'll say, oh yeah, he was here last night. He was over there. He took out this car. So at a certain point, I think whether I make it up or take it from a real person like Kevin Cummings with the glasses at the top of his head, that's going to be his marker. Well, no, it's Kevin's
myself in all
you see the glasses. It doesn't make any difference because it's like everyone's in the Bangkok night, imagined and unimagined. I mean, they all show up here at some point in time. You can't barf on a girl here without buying her 2 lady drinks. Is there any other bar in Bangkok you know that does that? That is such a clever rule. This means he can give girls the chance to say no without offending the customer. He says, okay, if after 1 drink you don't like the guy, he's obnoxious, just, I gotta go to the toilet or just disappear. And you won't get bar fined because he hasn't bought 2 drinks. Especially a university girl. She wants the ability to say no. If she can say no, she'll work at that place against the place where she can never say no. Now the other thing is, if he has to force the 2 drinks, that means they gotta talk twice as long as they normally would talk. So the girl gets to know the customer better.